Yo, what is going on, boys? Welcome back to another Borderlands 3 Legendary Open Gun once again. My name is Zeus. And boys, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is how to get our hands on a very unique, cool Maliwan SMG I've had in my inventory for a long time. And that gun is the DESTRUCTO Spinner. So guys, if that sounds good and you are new around here, please consider going ahead and leaving a like and subscribing because it does mean the absolute world to me. Join the Zeus boys, we are well on the way to 800 boys. But without further ado, let's just jump straight into how we actually get our hands on this weapon. Okay guys, so to get our hands on this weapon, we're going to be farming a rare spawning enemy. If you didn't know what that means, guys, it's an enemy that has a random chance to spawn, meaning you have to farm the actual enemies themselves in order to farm the weapon. You can get a few weapons to drop from these boys because there is so many of the enemies, and the enemies we are talking about are the paratroopers. So in order to get to the paratroopers, if you don't know, guys, make your way to Promethea and scroll down to Atlas HQ. Once you spawn, make your way out this door, follow up the stairs, turn left and go all the way as far as you can. Notice how there's kind of like a blockade and you can't really get up there at first, but using Borderlands 3's new mantling system, you can jump onto this little thing here and just straight over the railing. Now once you're up there, guys, you're going to see a chest. Now I recommend always going to open the chest and sticking around for a few seconds, because as you can see in the gameplay, they don't always jump out straight away. But as you can see, guys, they're relatively easy enemies to kill. There is a bunch of them, and there is a bunch of enemies in their weapon pool, such as the Star Helix, the Thunderbolt Fist. They drop a lot of guns, but the one we're going for is obviously the Spinner. Now for me personally, I put it on Mayhem 3. It's a very good way to get the maximum loot out of this, and obviously they are a rare spawning enemy, so I probably get them to spawn kind of like every other time. So essentially what this gun is, guys, is a twin elemental Maliwan SMG. The reason it's unique, however, is the clues in the name. It spins the round through and through the cylinder and out the other end, meaning you can basically shoot an incendiary round and a radioactive one at the same time in my case. You may have a shocking corrosive, a shocking incendiary, it doesn't really matter, it does the same thing. And obviously now that we have our drop, we can go ahead and farm for a anointed version, a specific element we want. I'd say this gun with like a shock and fire and a plus damage anointment would be absolutely insane. But guys, now that we have our hands on the gun, let's go ahead and look at this thing's stats. Okay guys, so in my case, we're going to be looking at the dangerous DESTRUCTO Spinner. As I mentioned, it is obviously a twin element of incendiary and radiation in my case, but yours may vary. So starting off with the damage then, it is 490 flat with an accuracy of 80%. The handling is 58% with a reload time of 2.7 seconds, the fire rate is 8.82 seconds, and the magazine size is a very decent 37. The red text is "I've been hired for destruction," and that's a reference to DESTRUCTO Spin by Between the Buried and Me. But the first thing I'm noticing instantly, guys, for a legendary weapon, this thing has absolutely no abilities, or at least it doesn't in my case, giving it a massive reduction in rating on my behalf. But we are going to get a 950 damage per second with the elemental damage. So all in all, I think this gun is probably a very fun addition to your inventory. I wouldn't probably use it over, say, the Nighthawk, and obviously, or the Wester gun. I say I'd probably use this if I didn't get a Wester gun, if you know what I mean. But the perks are, it's going to do a lot of elemental damage and it comes in any element. So basically you're going to be able to use this on any different class you want to and really get the maximum out of it. I mean, it has a really good magazine size. So for my case, I was using its piss grenade just to boost the damage by 20%. And obviously I did get like a 40 something magazine with it, which was really nice, I will be honest. The velocity is a bit too slow for me. There was a kind of few cases where I had to kind of like cutsman play with it, if you know what I mean. But the no charge up time is a very nice feature, to say the least. All in all, I think I'd probably have to give this gun like a 6.5 out of 10. It's not the best and it's not going to carry you through Mayhem 3, but for Mayhem 2 at least, it's a very good gun. Well boys, that is the quick guide on how to get the DESTRUCTO Spinner. I really do hope it helps you boys. If it did, please consider sharing this with a friend and going ahead and leaving a like and subscribing to join the Zeus boys is massively appreciated. As I said, we are well on the way to 800 subscribers, boys. Every time someone of you joins, it just means the world to me. Anyway lads, that's going to be the video. Have an amazing rest of your day if you are. I love you all and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. Somebody once told me the world